Okay, today I'm gonna show you guys how I wrap a cigar. I've already got bundles made from the other day, and I forgot what the blend was. I'll go get the notebook. This blend was it was Colombian Seco, Nicaraguan Seco, and Nicaraguan Lajero. The binder was Havana Prime, Havana Seed tobacco grown in Connecticut. I got it from up in Connecticut, a farm up there. I got my Chevette knife, glue that I mixed, cutter, and I'll take out a bunch. I wrap them out. I keep them like this. This is a 50 gauge and a 50 ring gauge. Smells pretty good. And I'm going to cut a hunk off the end. I'll still cut more off it. I save these pieces for later use. And I keep my wrapper, I keep all my leaves pretty dry in Tupperwares, but a couple days before I'm going to use the fillers, I take them all in the binders and I put them in a big Tupperware and I humidify them up to about 90% for a day instead of like stuffing them with water and wrapping them. But you keep them in a towel and you fold them, and I got a shitload of leaves. These are all wrapper leaves, and I'm just going to pull. I know which one's what by just looking at it. And I will take out this is an Ecuadorian dark brown, and the first thing I do is look for the rib, pull a little piece off it, and then do the old trick. You can do this a million different ways, but I just go like that, and you get two halves. Throw away the stem, and then I pick whichever one I want to use. I'll use that one. Okay, I want to remove that, and then remove the glue and stuff. I take the leaf, you got top, bottom, and I get it sort of pulled apart, flattened, and I try to be consistent. I always do things the same way. You have to wrap it so the ribs are down and the ribs are up right there, but I still do it like this. There's a ton of different ways you can do it. I try to be conservative and not take too much off. Sometimes I take more, depending on how the leaf looks. I do that because this is the edge you're going to see. So you try to be careful. And then I look at it to make sure there's no little zigs, little cut marks. Okay, and then I go with the vein there, and depending on the thickness of the cigar and the length of the cigar, is how long I keep my wrapper. These pieces, I save all this shit. I got tons of bags of that. Eventually I'll make filler cigars. Not too many 9-finger cigar rollers. I take it, and that's the veins are going that way. Glue. Okay. Now some people, sometimes, you give it a little roll. You don't have to. It's all in the stretching of the tobacco leaf. Okay. Then I take a bunch, and what I do is I go back a little bit. I start like that. Okay. And then I go around once, and then you try to get it at the ribs. And then you pull a little bit. You pull a little bit more. You pull a little bit more. Wrap. Okay. Then I go to that point right there, and I take a little bit of glue, and I go like that. And I don't like the glue to stay on my board because it leaves. Okay, then you got that. And the trick here is pinching and pulling. Okay, and then you got it partially wrapped. It actually looks pretty freaking good. Okay, and then there's many ways you can go after this. Okay. See, I don't have that much wrapper left from this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and get the other side of it, even though it's two. And I'll use this one. The color is off a little bit. It's close though, So I take, and you have to know how your cigar is rolling to know if it's left or right. I mean, that color's close. I'll take that. And then what I do is I use this little thing. Makes it easy, Take my little finger knife, and I cut a flag. It doesn't have to be perfect. You smoke these things. I'm not selling them to the masses. And this piece, I'll use the rest of this piece. I always like to use the same piece of leaf, but the leaf wasn't long enough. Okay, and they all turn a little different. Then I take my little piece of wood, because I don't like to get glue on my stainless steel, and I just coat glue on it, just like that. Then I take the cigar and I find the point where it was at. I take this thing, little leaf, and I like to go down far. It's like my trademark. I get a big thing, a big flag. I go like that, pull that again tight, go underneath it, and then wrap that around there. That's pretty close in color. Okay, and then I spin it again. And that's the first part of the cap. Okay, it's pretty far down. It's this far down. Cubans only go to the very top. I'm not Cuban. Okay? So, then I will cut it like that, just to get it close, and I'll pull it tight. Okay? Then, off the original wrapper, I'll find a nice little spot that looks good. I have a bunch of different things I cut circles with. Got this, whatever. And I go like, I find a good non-veiny piece, and I go like that, and then I pull it off, and I have nubbing tool, Hector Wiebe, excellent artist. Push it off. Then what I do is I like to then take my little cutters, cut that smooth. Take a little bit of glue, put it right there. Like that, and then I take a little more glue. That really wasn't enough. Go like that. Always keep a towel around. And I put it on there and sort of work it like that. And you can see one color, then the other leaf, and then another color. Okay, and then I take my that stuff, and I always gotta go in the way you rolled it. And just make sure it's round. And you have a nice looking cigar. And you know, I will get 10 cigars, 20 cigars, and out of the same thing, out of the same leaves, and I might have 6 different lengths by a ½ inch. And look at the end, the cap, one part goes down here, the other part's right there, and that's a cigar. I mean, that's a fine looking cigar if you ask me. And the smell of it is so good. Hope you enjoyed.